Mbale Express TV tukwaniriza nnyo era nga olunaku olwali tusinzidde ku Mbale District era nga tuli ku Luhobo Hall oba giyite Mbale District Headquarters. Ekitulese kwe kuba nti abakungu okuva mu Ministry ya Agriculture oba ebyobulimi olunaku olwaliro basisinkanyeko abakulembeze saako ne ba technical staff okuva mu district eno. Ekibaleese olunaku olwaliro kwe kuba nti bazze okuba nga ate banja project gye bayita Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project eri abantu bano, era nga project eno government yasobola okuba nga ate erobinga okuva mu World Bank ne basobola okuba nga ate bafuna $1 million ezisuuka 305 basobola okuba nga ate batumbula omutindo gw'ebyobulimi mu ggwanga erya Uganda. Era nga Uganda yonna district ezisobola okuba nga ate zigenda kuganyirwa mu project eno ziri district 69 bagenda kuba nga ate ku magombolola ag'enjawulo aganaba galondeddwamu gajja kuba gasobola okuba nga ate gaselectinga enterprises. For example mu Mbale district waliwo amagombolola agasobola okuba nga ate geetanira ebyobulimi, waliwo amagombolola agasobola okuba nga ate geetanira ebyobulunzi. Kwe kuli n'okulunda ekiwuka kye bayita black soldier fly era nga kino kiyambako nnyo mu kuliisa ebinyonyi. Ebimu ku ebyo ebigenda okuba nga ate biweebwa abalimi kwe kuba nti bagenda kubawa ente ez'omutindo ezisobola okuba nga ate zivaamu lita z'amata ezisuuka 20, saako n'okuba nti zino ente eziriwo eza bulijjo ezibadde tezivaamu mata bagenda kuba nga ate basomesa abalimi basobola okuba nga ate babateekamu obukodyo butya basobola okuba nga ate bongerako ogwo omutindo gw'ensolo ezo zebalina oba ente zebalina zisobola okuba nga ate zongerako amata. Bagenda kuba bafuna ebyuma ebisobola okuba nga ate bitereka amata ebiyite milk coolers, bagenda kuba bafuna milking equipment ebiyambako okuba nga ate bakamente, saako n'okuba nti bagenda kubawa expertise ez'enjawulo okuba nga ate bagezako okuba nga ate batereeza ebyobulimi n'obulunzi mu district ez'enjawulo oba mu ggwanga erya Uganda.
Yeah, I'm called Dr. Waneka Namisano Deogratius, and I am a senior veterinary officer with the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, but I'm here as a team leader for the Elgon region, and today we are in Mbale. We have just had a district engagement meeting where we have been rolling out the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project to the lower local governments. So here you see that we invited the sub-county teams headed by their political and technical heads, including the CDOs and extension workers. The major thing is that we are trying to bring them on board to understand the Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project. Of course, you are aware that Uganda particularly is grappling with the effects of climate change, especially through droughts and limited water for production, but also floods and mudslides, especially like for the Elgon zone. So, and us knowing that agriculture is a mainstay for majority of the people, we are trying to come out with a project, this Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project, to address the concerns of climate change effects, but also to boost production and productivity in a number of ways through a number of components. So it is a big project. It is being funded by the World Bank to a tune of over 350 million Ugandan shillings, and it is capturing all the sub-zones of the country, about 13 of them, of which Elgon is part. And in Elgon we are looking at Bududa, we are looking at Mbale, Suronko, Ulambule and Kwen. So today we have been here in Mbale district, where we have started on the rollout for the project to the lower local governments, like I've said before. For Mbale's case and Elgon in general, they chose the enterprises of dairy, they chose the enterprises of coffee, bananas, and beneficial insects. You saw that they were also bringing up the issues of fisheries and vegetables or horticulture, but we believe that can be discussed in the long run to see how we can also support them on that. In here, you'll realize that we have shared on the importance of the key stakeholders, especially at sub-county level, so that they can support the farmers through farmer groups, because at the entry point of the project is through farmer groups. So we have come here to stress the importance of all this leadership, all the stakeholders getting involved to make sure that our farmers benefit from the project. The project is going to be rolled out in such a way that the farmers make a contribution of 20% and the project gives 80%. Within the various value chains, we are going to provide appropriate seed and stock, good seed for coffee, good stock for the livestock. We are promoting the Jersey breed of cattle because of one, it is a small animal, so it eats a little less, but it also gives high production and good quality milk. And yet it is more heat tolerant, so it is a resilient breed for the people. We are going to involve research under component 1, where Naro is taking lead to make sure that we have the appropriate technologies to give to the farmers. But we are also going to involve the Department of Meteorology, which was formerly Uganda National Meteorological Authority, which is heading the component of giving climate information to our farmers. We've said this project is more scientific as of now, and it has majorly 2 components within its title which are very critical. One, there are elements of climate smartness, meaning that we are going into technologies, into innovations, into management practices which handle elements of mitigation of climate change effects, but also support adaptation to the effects in the case of any persistence. So we are looking at a holistic approach, and that is why we have been stressing that it's a value chain approach, and it's one of the biggest projects the Ministry of Agriculture has spearheaded so far. And you see in here that it is looking at all the value chains. In other zones, we are even capturing aquaculture or fisheries. We are also looking at beneficial insects. We are looking at livestock. We are looking at crop. But in here, the fishery sector was not selected within the initial engagements. So we are looking at dairy and coffee, mainly with bananas and beneficial insects also coming through to support as SLM and cross-cutting elements within the chain. We are believing that, as you saw, we are on the project, the 6-year project. We have killed off about 2 years through the various processes, but we are believing, and you saw the commitment of the beneficiary people and the stakeholders here, that we can cover up whatever we have lost in the next 4 years and we conclude on the project. So we are believing that now that we have kicked off this, we have selected the sub-counties which are going to be involved in benefiting from the project. And we are now setting the teams to move down to also select the parishes, farmer groups, and also select other components like watersheds, so that as we come through now, we're going to be coming to support the communities to make sure that the right things are being done. This is a unique project, like I've said. It has a lot of stakeholders engaged, a lot of technical information, which is going to support the farmers. In component 2, we look at adoption of technologies, where we are going to emphasize that extension workers must adequately train our farmers. They are going to be supported through capacity building, but they'll also be facilitated to move and ensure that they approach the farmers and give the right information to enable them do the right things. In component 3, we have said that usually most of the projects increase production. But when the produce comes through, the farmers don't have markets. So this project, in the holistic approach, is also addressing the issue of market access, so that we are going to support market linkages either through the cooperatives or through off-takers who can support, pick on the produce from the farmers and avail it to the market, so that farmers are not left with whatever they have produced. And in component 4, which is majorly to handle emergencies or any calamities, we are saying that that is a component where if there is any calamity, for example, you've known like the Elgon zone is prone to mudslides, is prone to floods. When such, or maybe a disease outbreaks like in livestock, when such situations arise, that component will be mobilized by picking resources from the other components to make sure that we address the concerns, either through mitigation, either through recovery, through reconstruction, so that the farmers do not have, they can absorb the shock of climate change effects. And in component 5, we are looking at coordination, and that is what we have begun with. Like we've said, we are empowering our political and technical people with the knowledge to monitor and evaluate progress of the project. So we believe that this project will change the lives of the people. That's why it is called a transformation project, because we believe that through all these components, the farmer or the producer or the beneficiary who benefits from it will definitely be transformed if they can take on what will be relayed to them through the trainings, but also through the technologies which shall be advanced.
Are you looking at all sub-counties in the district or a few particular ones?
Yeah, the value chains are benefiting sub-counties differently. For example, the crop value chain coffee is benefiting 10 sub-counties, and dairy is benefiting 5 sub-counties. But we realize that because we have also bananas and beneficial insects, that is through apiculture or beekeeping, and then black soldier fly rearing, so almost all the sub-counties, actually, because Mbale has 17 sub-counties, so ideally all of them are going to be captured.
I'm George Davidson Wanakena, District Production and Marketing Officer Mbale, and the focal person Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project for Mbale District. Today, we have been undertaking awareness on this project for the stakeholders in Mbale, the LOC3 chairpersons, the sub-county chiefs, the district executive, the heads of departments, for purposes of deepening awareness and rolling out this project for the district. The project development objective focuses on improving production, productivity, and also improving market linkages. In this region, we are concentrating on 3 value chains, that is coffee, dairy, and bananas. But we shall also have cross-cutting value chains of beneficial insects like the bees and the soldier flies. All of this is aimed at improving production and productivity and contributing to improving incomes of our households, improving food security and nutrition, and ensuring that the communities adapt to climate smart agriculture and improve on their resilience towards the shocks of climate change.
Ibrahim Wasukira, Sebagala, Mayor Jewa Town Council. Ntwala omukisa okwebaza gavumenti yaffe ya wakati project gye tuvaamu musomo gwa kawungezi ka leero, era project eno tugisanyukidde ng'abakulembeze kuba tulina bye tulabyemu ebigenda okugasa community yaffe ku bantu ba bulijjo bwe tukulembera, era project tujanirizizza
egenda kusitula etya omutindo gw'abantu bammwe mu kyalo eyo naddala abalimi n'abalunzi.
Project eyo nze nga mmeeya w'Ejewa, project efunyemu ebintu nga 2. Efunyemu emmwanyi gwe mutindo gw'abamasaaba n'ejewe wange, era emmwanyi kyemmanyi egenda kukolera nnyo mu baatu bange nga bwe bafunye emmwanyi ezo zigenda kukolera nnyo mu kitundu kyange kyekulembera, era neebaza nnyo project eyo era enjaniriziza n'amaanyi. N'oluguudo ennwanyi enye enguudo nga sizifuna, naye as per now oluguudo enva kululabamu, Ejewa nfunyemu oluguudo, era nakyo kikoledde nnyo mu baatu bange ba bulijjo, mu bantu b'Ejewa, era ndi musanyufu nnyo ekyesuso.
Amanya gange n'eddoboozi mpitibwa Mukyele Richard Stephen, chairperson LOC3 Nyondo sub county. Nsooka okutwala omukisa guno okwebaza gavumenti eya wakati ku lwa programu ya MEIFA gye tuva okusoma okusinziira ku bye bagenda okukola okulabira ddala nti bayimusa omutindo gw'abantu baffe aba wansi n'okusingira ddala abalimi b'emmwanyi. Nga nze omukulembeze akulidde ku nsigo y'emmwanyi ye tutte nange mu kusoma n'emanya kiki ekyokukola, so ekyo nkitwala nga kikulu nnyo. Wano nga bamasaaba emmwanyi yesobola okukolera ate naffe ne tusomesa abaana. Ekyo abantu bange ab'Enyondo tugenda kweyongera okukola n'amaanyi okulaba nti Nyondo paati eya waggulu tusimba nnyo emmwanyi, era kirungi gavumenti yamala dda n'otuwa agriculture batuwa factory egenda okukola ku mmwanyi, so tugenda ogiprocessingira Enyondo awo wenyini tugitwale directing emaze okuprocessingibwa. So neebaza ku lwa project eno, era ndina n'essuubi lingi lwakuba bogedde ku nguudo eziri mu hard to reach tubadde nga ffe sub county tetulina ssente ezisobola okukola ku nguudo ezo access roads ez'omukyalo eyo kati tufunye akakisa abamayife batugambye olaba ku guideline n'olaba biki bye bagenda okukola enguudo bye bimu bye bagenda okukola ate enguudo ezo zibadde zaagala ssente nnyingi kati kituyambyeko n'enguudo zigenda okukolebwa so twebaza olw'omusomo gwe tufunye tusuubira nti tugenda kukola ebintu bingi era abantu baffe tusuubira nti bagenda kuva mu bwavu.
The mayor of Mbale Town Council and the custodian of a community, now when we get an opportunity like of having such a project, to me it is very beneficial in the sense that our people will have house income basing on the project that has been picked on. Now like dairy and coffee, and especially coffee in Mbale, we are growers and we have learned a lot of lessons how to go about it, and we are looking forward to having it successful in Mbale Town.
Kakati project eno government egenda kubanga ate ekuwa sente eziva mu World Bank nenga bagamba ojja kuba oteekako 20%. Nga groups ku sub counties zijja kuba zicontributingako ebitundu 2 ku 10 kwezo sente zigenda okubanga ate zikuweebwa. For example baba bali kubawa obukadde 10 obwa Uganda ng'egombolola musobola okubanga ate mutumbula ebyobulimi saako n'obulunzi. For example ng'okulunda ente mujja kwetaagibwa okubanga ate musasulako miliyoni 2 kwezo miliyoni 10 ekibalo kisobola okubanga ate kikoona bulungi so that wabeerewo kye bayita accountability n'abantu okufa ku bintu byabwe kasobola okubanga ate tukugatta ku bakungu basobola okubanga ate boogerakoko naawe bakubuulira ebisingawo ku project eno naye nga project nsava ya myaka 6 yakatambulako emyaka 2 yatandika 2022 egenda kubanga ate emyaka 4 okuva kati ebanga expiringa World Bank olwo ebe emaze omulimu gwayo saako ne government ebe emaze okubanga ate ekwata naye abakulembeze bakubiziddwa okubanga ate bajjamu ebyobufuzi politics mu project eno etambule normale esobola okubanga ate egasa omunnauganda abantu abateeberezebwa okubanga ate bafuna mu project eno bali emiliyoni eziwerera ddala nga 12 million people nga abantu miliyoni nga 3.5 bajja kuba bafunamu directly abantu emiliyoni nga 9 nezigwako bajja kuba bafunamu project eno indirectly saako abantu nga baddealers abo n'abantu abali marketing departments zonna bajja kuba babakwatirako kuba bagamba production kaseekula bulungi marketing naye bajja kuba babakwatako basobola okubanga ate tosobola kubanga ate ofuna lita 50 ez'amata ate nga olina capacity etundako lita 2 zokka bajja kuba bayamba okubanga ate mutunda ebyamaguzi bye munaaba mukuŋŋaanyizaawo so katukugatte ku bakulu basobola okubanga ate boogerako kona
project that in the lifetime of the project we are going to have improved production and productivity in coffee. We are going to see value-added products from the coffee value chain, value-added products from the dairy. We shall be selling yogurt instead of milk, ice cream and other finished products to fetch more money for the farmer. So the project is focusing so much on post-harvest handling and the value addition so that people fetch more money from the agricultural products.
Talk about the 20%.
There will be matching grants or co-funding for individual beneficiaries. They will pay 20% co-funding. The groups will pay 30% co-funding, and the government will pay the balance of the money.
Where we shall put AI equipment to support artificial insemination in livestock. Among the fisheries, we shall also have a lot fiberglass boats for those especially on the capture fishery side. We shall also be supporting wind control equipment. We shall furnish the fish seed production center at Kajansi, including the fields. But also across all, we are going to establish weather stations at national level also. And on the implementation arrangements, somebody wanted to find out among the expectations on the key stakeholders. But what I only want you to take note of is that the district is center to the implementation of the project. You can see that the cow is very, very critical and is supported by the executive, apart from the chair. Who are the other members of the executive who are here? Yes, you play a very big part in advising cow so that the project runs well. So you'll be in close talk with the chairman to make sure that you support this project. Even the sub-county technical planning committees, the district technical committees are very, very critical. So you can see at the center of the project is the district. And that's why we are here. So you are very, very critical in implementation. All the other centers have been established. And now we are empowering the district also to make sure that you have your big input to support the national level. We have done a few things, much as we are 2 years late, but we are not just sat. Lots of documentations have been made, and some of which were key to having the project be declared effective by the World Bank before the funding will be effective. So we have done quite, and those are a few. More are still coming through. Now, this is critical. We have had the focal point persons from all the 69 districts selected. The focal point person for Mbale district, I hope all of you know, is George Banakina. I hope all of you know him. Yes, he's the one who coordinates all the activities of the project in the district. Actually, if you want to have any question, before you call me as a homeboy, you need to call him. For us, we can talk as home people, but for him, you can call him on the project issues. You have all the... we also have the steering committee, which has been formed. It's at national level, and this is by the permanent secretaries of the relevant ministries, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Water, Ministry of Agriculture, and the directors of the NARO and NABRIC. They are part of the project steering committee, and they have already been established in place. We've had, like you had the chairman tell you, we had the national stakeholder engagement, which was completed at Nyonyo. And then we also have designs of key infrastructure. Have already been made, the laboratories, mechanization centers, valley dams, those have already been established, chocks. We have animal quarantine centers. The designs are done. So for areas which are going to provide land, then we can look at and compare whether that land which is available can be fulfilled, designs in place. And a number of districts have committed land for construction of public investments, integrated laboratories, weather stations, and grounds, among others.
And therefore, as people struggle to say, we are waiting for so and so in 2026. If you don't work hard, even if the chairman Mfumo does not become the L3 chairman again, the format you have here may not go away. And therefore, as political leaders, the message is, let us tell our people to work hard. In a series of meetings, I've always said, I don't speak to make you happy, but I always speak to make you aware, so that in the future, if things does not go well, you say, before I was here. That is me. The RDC would have loved to close this meeting, but he had other engagements in the office, and he left the kid. But he said he's going to work with us to ensure that this project becomes a success. Don't want to waste a lot of your time. I want to again appreciate the team, the facilitators for the nice facilitation, and the stakeholders here for being vibrant, so that now, come on, if they give you a chance during the barrier, and other people, other than talking this, let's this message and say we have this project. Somebody do that, but I'm happy you are doing it. For the rest of the police who are not doing that, you do that. so that your people can have something here. So that even if you left the politics, I will say, during his term of office, people are saying, Nadis. Do you know why Mubiangu there? We started with Nadis. Those who picked the good practices from the Nadis are now buying the food. Those who were just lamenting in the trading centers are bad. Simon, those who have listened to you, they have food. Those who have listened to you. So you continue. I want to take this opportunity on your behalf to officially adjourn this engagement for God and my country.
Administrative announcements. There is the transport refund cash